Well, again, we're very thankful for our listeners. We're thankful for the feedback we received them. We did get a question, and I wanted to pose this to you guys and see if we can hopefully address this, and it'll be helpful. One of the questions we received, it was said, I've been thinking and listening to the podcast, the most recent episode. How would y'all respond to someone who feels that this is a bit legalistic? They go on to say, I've resonated so much with the discussion, the seriousness of sin, the 10-yard rule that we discussed in our first episode. But they could see, this person says, I could see someone responding and saying, well, that's not what God specifically commands in the scriptures. And so you're just adding, look, you guys, you're just like those Pharisees. You're adding rules that keep you to keep. I'm elaborating here on what has been sent in, but I think that's sort of the spirit of the question is what we're going through here and the things we're discussing legalism.
Yeah, it's a great question.
Yes, it really is.
And it's an appropriate question,
Yep.
and it should be asked not necessarily just from the broadest of senses, is it legalism, but can I get to legalism from there?
Yeah.
So it's not
Oh,
just
yeah, yeah.
is it legalism.
That's actually a really good,
yeah.
Can I evolve into legalism?
Distinction, yeah.
The answer to the first one is no.
Right.
It's not inherently legalism. The answer to the second one is yes. Okay, it certainly can evolve
That's right.
into legalism. But let's be clear. I would say a device of Satan is to call any discipline or intentional action legalism. Okay, so let's just understand that
Right.
Satan's going to want to go, oh, well, whoa.
Yep.
You're now sounding like you feel like you ought to do, like God would want you to keep the law. Well, he would want you to keep the law. Yeah, but that's legalism. No.
Yeah.
It's if you define in your heart and your mind that doing certain things earn you salvation or earn you God's favor.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not the first part of it. The keeping the law, that's commanded, that's encouraged. Jesus enhanced it, made it actually better and for us to understand, but harder to apply. But it wasn't keep that law so that you can be saved.
Yep.
It wasn't keep that law so that you can earn God's favor. It was keeping that law pleases the Lord. It's a response to the grace of salvation that now we know what pleases the Lord and what displeases the Lord. So it's not legalism to say have a 10-yard rule. And I want to be clear. The 10-yard rule is not applicable for everybody.
Yeah.
It was applicable for Bruce and that particular age, and unfortunately ever since then. But it's been applicable for me. But even if you remember, you might need a 15-yard rule.
That's right.
You might need a 5-yard rule.
Right.
You might need a 1-yard rule. Doubtful. But you might.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe that's what you can, or different topics, different
That's right.
issues. Some people are very prone to addictions. They drink 2 good glasses of sweet tea and they're an addict for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that person better be careful
right.
with some of the vices that they pick up where other people can be experience the liberties more in those areas. So it's unique to the individual. However, you can begin to embrace the rules, the standards, the parameters that you place upon yourself. You can begin to embrace those as, I'm doing pretty good on these rules that I made up. And God, you ought to like me more.
I bet God's so proud of me because I'm keeping my 10-yard rule here.
You ought to favor me. But no, these rules are no more legalism than for us to say that the book of Proverbs is legalistic.
Right. That's helpful.
So if you took the book of Proverbs and you went, okay, well, what's the book of Proverbs? Well, it's telling us, well, don't do this and don't do that and do this and do that. It would be easy to look at that and go, well, now that's legalistic. Very few people, I'm sure there are some, very few people go, well, Proverbs is the book of legalism.
Right.
No, it's the book of wisdom.
Yeah.
And even in the wisdom that's applied, here's Solomon to his son, passing along wisdom about, it's not enough just to say, do not commit adultery. Solomon knows he's got to tell his son, don't you go near that house. Don't you go...
Proximity matters,
Absolutely. Don't go near that person. Understand what that person is about. That's just wisdom to be applied. So, no, resist this device of Satan being to call it legalism, but use it as a caution.
Yes.
Don't allow yourself to be pulled into a
legalism,
legalistic perspective.
And I think that's really helpful. I was thinking about this question, and I thought, if we think about our catechism tells us that man's chief end is to glorify God and to enjoy him forever. That's what you were made for. That's the reason you exist. And so as we think about things that help us to fight off sin and stay away and follow God faithfully, that's helping us live out that which we exist for. It's good.
Yeah.
I remember hearing Dr. Ferguson use this illustration of you can drive a car in reverse and get around town. Imagine one day you had to go run your errands and you said, I'm just going to do this all in reverse. Well, you might actually get to the places you need to go, and you might, but it's probably going to take you longer.
Yep.
You're driving all over town. It's probably going to be less efficient.
Yep.
You might bump into some things, and by the end of the day, your neck's probably going to be sore from looking over your shoulder the whole time. Why not use life the way it's intended? How much better to just drive the car forward as the manufacturer's intent? Why not live life in accordance with God's principles? It will be good for you. And that's one of the things of Proverbs. Trust in the Lord. This will be good for you, healing for your bones, refreshment for your body. I think we need to fight the tendency to view what Brooks is giving us as legalism and understand he, like the Lord, wants what's best for us.
It's not conscience binding.
That's right.
It's not about justification.
That's right.
But it's good principles unto sanctification that we might glorify God and enjoy Him.
Amen.